lot of comet activity lately and stuff that's becoming visible. Can you tell us a little bit more?
Yeah, so everyone in North America, I can tell you now that actually this is Tuttle. Tuttle is now visible in the northern hemisphere. If you go out, for me, I went out about 8:30 last night, had a beautiful clear night. And if you look, Steve, to the southeast and go about 40 degrees off of the horizon, you'll see it. It's becoming much more brighter. I was so excited when I finally, because it just seemed to come out of nowhere, right? And got the telescope on it, and it is literally forming the tail now, which I can only imagine what it's going to look like by this weekend. And in fact, let's see, just to let everyone see. So as we see, it's a 133-year orbit. So, you know, there won't be anyone alive, maybe, I don't know, when the next time it comes through. So it is pretty exciting, my friend. It really is, to see that there is so much, I don't know, it just seems like there's more and more comets all the time coming into our solar system.
Well, again, you know, these are things that, you know, you do notice that a lot of these things have been, you know, discovered back in the 1800s and things like that. It's just stuff that, as I think we get more and more aware of the solar system, this is just the benefits and side benefits of it. And the other one that was discovered in the 1800s, but is making a very close approach to our inner solar system here right now, is Enki.
Enki.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even know about Enki until I started really looking at the skies with you, quite frankly. And we've been kind of learning together. Oh, if I could just get it to stay still. That should be starting to get visible soon.
Yeah. You know, I know we talk about this, and I know many other of the Nibiru sites and other research sites, we're all seeing this, and we're seems like it just, I don't know, is it getting crowded out there?
I know, right? And then here's Sirius kind of hanging back there. I didn't really know it existed, but there it is, right up beyond Mars.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Where did that come from exactly?
It just was discovered in, you know, not in the not too distant past.
See, and that's my point.
Yeah, and it, you know, and that's the one that had like the moon base on it or whatever, was glowing, and they had, remember the story where the spacecraft kept getting closer and closer to it. And I'm confused, because then all of a sudden I think that same spacecraft ended up by Pluto. So
Can you do the orbit of Ceres? Can you pull back? I'm just curious to see where this planetoid. Okay, so what you're saying is that, and we know this, that it was a recent discovery.
more or less, yeah,
more or less. All right, let's just say within the last 20 years.
Let me go back, and I'll go back and I'll check it here.
Yeah, we'll just fact check ourselves. So let's find out when Ceres was discovered.
Dwarf planet. 1801.
It was discovered in 1801.
That's what it's saying. Yeah. So there you go.
Well, here's the deal. When is the first time you recall hearing that we had a dwarf planet?
The first time I recall hearing about it was when they were reporting on our spacecraft going out there to do a survey of it.
Bingo.
Yeah.
So help me out here. I'm just trying to figure this out, because isn't Cirrus in there as well?
Yeah, we are talking about Ceres, or it's Cirrus.
Cirrus. I'm talking about its counter. There is another dwarf planet out there, right?
Right, but I can't remember where it is right now. I'm not sure if it's.
Type it in on Wikipedia. It'll tell us. Because what I could never figure out was the fact that we had two dwarf planets that, seriously, I never even heard of.
Yeah, here, remember this?
Yeah.
Like, what is going on there?
I mean, seriously,
Yeah.
that almost looks artificial. I swear.
Well, Tyler does a good job, covering
I
that
know he
stuff.
does. He does. He does a great job on this. But anyway, the point is that it wasn't here until recently that I began to even consider Ceres. And then when I found out there was Ceres, and I went, okay. And these guys, let's see, they're outside the asteroid belt, right?
Oh, no, what are you talking about? Ceres?
Yeah.
Ceres is just inside the asteroid belt. So Ceres is inside of it.
Okay, so let's postulate here a little bit. So the asteroid belt is what pretty much theorizes is the remains of Tiamat. Even in the book of Isaiah, it talks about the broken necklace. And the broken necklace is an astronomical term that was used by the ancients to describe the asteroid belt. Now, how they knew that there was an asteroid belt out there to begin with is remarkable. But my point to this is, Steve, so we're finding a dwarf planet, 2, in the vicinity of what once was a debris field of the planet.
Right. Well, here's something interesting I didn't know before. This is the fun thing about learning is that Ceres could get in the way of Mars orbit.
I saw that.
I'm like, why?
Can you pull in on that? I mean, and by the way, so that's a very elliptical orbit that I'm seeing.
Yeah, look at this.
If you go by the theory that all planets are in a, stationary, confined orbit, right? So if you have a dwarf planet now, look at that.
What would give this dwarf planet the hungas to, step out of line with our ecliptic? That's what I want to know.
Look at that. That's my point.
Yeah.
Now you see, this is what you and I still suffer from cognitive dissonance, because we have looked at this how many times?
Yeah, it's the first time we ever thought about looking at where it sat on the ecliptic.
So explain that.
I don't know.
Because, that looks to me, if I was to imagine, remember the guy on Ed Sullivan that used to spin the plates on the pole?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Love that act.
Exactly. So when I see this, what I am seeing is that plate, tipping. And so this sucker is coming up from below the ecliptic up through the top of the ecliptic. I mean, Mars just may get spanked, right? Not like that's happened before. So continue on. It's very interesting, Steve. Look at the orbit of that. So what are we looking at here?
This is the Near Earth Object, JPL NASA Near Earth Object Site. And I'm going to talk about what I talk about every time I come to this damn thing, okay? And that is, look at how many of these near Earth objects have just been discovered in 2017. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 on that list. 2016, 2017,
Well, I keep on seeing more and more added to it.
Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 in one day.
And these distances, now I look at the lunar distance.
Right.
Yeah.
It's one distance, like the one distance between the Earth and the Sun is what it is. It's 384,000 kilometers, okay? And then AU is the distance between the Sun and the Earth.
Well, I always round it off, 250,000 for the moon and 94 million for the sun.
In miles, right.
Yep.
So 2017 turns out to be the closest approach for, close approach date of February 5th. And we are on the 7th. So this bombardment is today, actually. Sorry.
A lot of stuff whizzing by out there.
Yeah. Look at how many on February 7th, man.
Well, look at the one on the 8th, 3.4. So that's approximately 800,000 miles away.
Yeah, here are all the comets. Here are all the near-Earth objects. I'm highlighting them right now that are supposed to be coming by today.
And it just continues on, more and more being discovered. I kind of look at it like this. We're getting hit by more and more fireballs. NASA admitted to that in their article, I think released on Friday, that they acknowledged that, but they attributed some of that to the fact that there's more reporting capability than it was in times past. But I think, well, weren't people still the ones reporting it, right?
Yeah, I'm just saying, and again, you can, this is the thing that people don't realize about this kind of research. And this is why I say, don't ever say a date or, get yourself caught in a corner, committing to some kind of, trying to be a prophet or any of that kind of stuff, unless you really are one. But the point
and
being,
there are prophets.
Yeah, for sure. But the point that I'm trying to make is that, we haven't been hit by a major asteroid impact since the Tunguska affair or whatever that is in Siberia. That was the last time we really felt the true power of an asteroid. And so, I mean, the likelihood of it happening this is a big, space is big, okay? There's a lot of distance between all these objects, okay? But what's interesting to us about it, not to be in a panicky mode, is the number of objects that are going by that were just discovered in the last year. Almost all of them.
Well, as Dr. T said, we'll take a deep breath.
Relax, calm down now. Don't stress. Take it easy.
So continue down there. I see Honda on the 11th. So that's going to be its closest pass to the Earth.
Right, 32.4. I mean, I don't even look at 32.4.
Yeah, let's just get, because that's let's see, 32.4, right?
Yeah, that's 32.4 lunar distances. I've got rocks that are coming.
So that's 8,100,000 miles. That's close.
It is very close, and it's worthy of observation only because of its size.
Is there anything else coming up? Let's go down into March. Can we go down there?
No, I'll only take you out to March 10th, yeah.
Oh, well, by the time March comes around, they'll have another page full.
They will, yeah, of ones that they just discovered like yesterday.
Oh, look at that one there, 2.7. When's that one come? 2.4. Well, these are getting close.
Yeah, and again, this is just today. This is what's happening today. We got one at 6.6. And then what you look at, number 2, and again, this is just data, right? I mean,
500,000 miles. I mean, listen, you start getting about the twos. I mean, seriously, 500,000 miles. And I actually heard
the problem with these observations, and there's other broadcasters that that put this out there too. So I'm looking at the one that says that it's going to be at whatever 30 whatever number of units, and it's been observed 197 times, and yet their condition code is 7, which means that they're 9 being highly uncertain and 0 being like perfect spot on. We know exactly where it's going to go. We've got so many of these that are 7s and 8s. They don't know where they're going to go.
If I was playing a blackjack hand to that, I'm folding. Take my cards. But it's the ones that I see that are like 2.4. I mean, come on. That's 600,000 miles away.
I know, right? But anyway, that's a good segment. So that's how you look up the close Earth approach, objects. You can just go to your neojplnasa.gov and check it yourself.
And make sure to go out and see the comet tonight if you got clear skies, because it's only going to get brighter. I think BP did a great piece on that this Saturday, I think, is going to be the optimum viewing on that, Steve. And I'm looking forward to that. I hope it's clear.
I do too. Well, hey, listen, everybody.